A fresh wave of COVID-19 outbreaks in Asia is creating new bottlenecks in the global supply chain. It's threatening to push up prices, and it's also weighing on the post-pandemic recovery. Here to talk about it now is Brady Wang. He is Associate Director at Counterpoint Research. Brady, thanks so much for being with us. Let's talk about what this is impacting right now, these new cases that we're seeing in Asia. I want to start with the global computer chip shortage that we're having. Is this just exacerbating things there?
Yep, I think the new wave of COVID-19 clusters infection in Taiwan has created an alarm to the global semiconductor supply chains, including the computing chips. I think Taiwan has managed to contain the virus for more than 1 year. Therefore, we may see the shortage, but never saw the disruptions.
So, Brady, curious to know how long these disruptions might last. Do you see them waning or getting better, or might they possibly even get worse going forward?
I believe that the supply and demand balance now is getting better, but the balance is still very fragile. As I said before, the cumulated cases since the COVID-19 outbreak in Taiwan in 2020 was only around 1,000. However, since the end of April, when the Alpha variant made its way through the national airline pilot, Taiwan has recorded more than 11,000 new cases within a few weeks. This will cause the other problems for the chip supply.
Mm-hmm. Is a big reason because there are such low vaccination rates across Asia? And what is that doing not only to manufacturing, but also to consumer spending and demand for these products right there within Asia?
Yes. I think the vaccination rate in Taiwan remains low. I think overall it's around 3% of Taiwanese people so far has received the first dose. I mean, faced with the emergencies, we got the vaccine from Japan and the United States. However, this is still far enough to maintain to maintain the vaccination rate here.
So supply chains take notoriously long to fix or, to shore up in some way. I'm curious to know if right now what we are seeing, is this a matter of we just have to grit our teeth and bear it, or is there something that can be done to shore up some of these supply chains?
Yeah, so we manage, we need to make sure the supply is reliable now, right? And now we believe, currently in Taiwan, the supply chains from the upstream, like a foundries, like TSMC, is still okay. However, we need to make sure the supply is good enough because of the boosted demand from the economy recovery, right?
Are there certain products that are having a better time of it when it comes to the supply chain, that it is easier to get certain products versus, say, those computer chips, which have been so difficult to find even early on in the pandemic?
Early the pandemic, I think, since 2020's pandemic outbreak, we start to see the computing chip in shortage because of the demand for working from home, and because of the demand and from migrating from 4G to 5G, then we start to see the chip shortage. But now, also the shortage spread to the others, like the auto chips. But now it's good. It looks like it's getting. I think the supply and demand balance is getting better.
Curious to know where you see pricing going. We've been talking a lot about how we've been seeing prices on consumer goods, but just also the inflation that we've seen across the board in a variety of industries. Where do you see pricing going from some of these outbreaks? And do you think some of these pricing moves, at least to the upside, are temporary?
Of course, the pricing is continuously increasing, but now it's not a problem about pricing. It's a problem of if you can get the component chip. The lead times for example, for the auto or for the computer chips has extended to half year or even more than half years in the past few quarters, right? So now, of course, the price of a component is increasing, but the problem is that if you can get that component.
All right, Brady Wang of Counterpoint Research, thanks so much for joining us today.